A lot of aspiring professional photographers think it's all about the work. It's not actually about the work. Are you getting leads? Can you negotiate? Is your pricing set so that you're actually a sustainable business? In this video, I'm going to answer your questions when it comes to business, but before we dive into it, I wanted to take a moment to thank today's video sponsor, Squarespace. I've actually been using Squarespace for over 10 years. Their templates and easy-to-use interface make it incredibly simple to create and maintain a professional-looking website without having any coding experience. My Squarespace website was an essential part of how I built my photography business. It allows me to showcase my portfolio, share recent work on my blog, and receive inquiries from potential clients through my contact form. If you're one of those photographers relying on your Instagram profile as the sole place to share your work and build your photography business, I would really consider making a website on Squarespace. You can visit squarespace.com/Reggie Ballesteros to start a free trial and get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. What are the best ways to find clients and have work booked up in advance? The best ways to find clients are to do content marketing, which is basically show people what you do in a way that's not just showing your work, like actually show behind the scenes, actually show the value that you can create, get those inbound leads. SEO is probably one that's highly recommended that no one does anymore, but have a blog and have SEO keywords that can rank for the type of photography that you do. The third way is to network with other people who are your competitors. When I did wedding photography, I networked with all the other wedding photographers in my area and I second shot for them. When they were booked up, they referred their clients to me. So that's something that you need to be able to be comfortable with, is not looking at others as your competition, but actually your colleagues in the space. What resources did you use to prepare your pricing and contracts? Was it learning on the job or did you have help along the way? So I actually got my contracts from a place called The Law Tog. I don't know if it still exists, but basically it is a place that was created by a lawyer, either was a photographer or helped out photographers, and she created these contracts that covered different for the particular genre. In this case, it was a wedding photography contract, and it also had a lot of verbiage to adjust based on what you needed. I started with that, and then as I started having consultations with the clients, certain clauses just didn't hit right with clients, so I would make adjustments based on what I thought was going to work out. I also, baseline with my other friend who had contracts. The best approach is to get a lawyer, but unfortunately, I couldn't afford a lawyer at the time, so this was kind of like the next best thing. I don't really recommend just finding anything on Google unless you actually understand all the different terms, which the Law Tog has a very good guide that explains all the different terms in terms of usage, having like the final creative say in terms of like how you curate your photos, how long the gallery is going to be available, if somebody cancels, deposits, retainers, all that stuff, scheduling, scope. You got to have all those things nailed down in a contract. It's kind of a both thing. Like you either hire a lawyer or get a resource like this, and then you have to adjust it along the way because there are going to be gray areas that have not been addressed by that contract that you'll need to address on the fly in terms of like a shifting landscape of your industry. What are some resources in learning the business side of photography? I think when it comes to learning the business side of photography, it really comes down to just learning the aspects of creative entrepreneurship and business. And I highly recommend checking out The Futur. It's called The Futur, FUTUR, and it is basically a YouTube channel, Instagram account that teaches a lot about creative entrepreneurship as well as content marketing, negotiation, pricing, and things like that. And you will learn a lot about how to position your mindset so that you actually build a business instead of just trying to be a professional photographer. Because I think that's the thing, is a lot of aspiring professional photographers think it's all about the work. It's not actually about the work. You have to have a good portfolio, but then after that, it really comes down to, are you getting leads? Can you negotiate? Is your pricing set so that you're actually a sustainable business? After the fact, are you having some type of feedback loop to either get referrals or get more business? And you can learn all these different things from The Futur. So check that out. Highly recommend it.